This week we've got some lightning. Some enlightening.
It was me all along!
And some fight. Inning.
This will be the first time you ever are punished for telling a bad joke.
That's right, it's the first time Sabaoth and Luke Skywalker meet. All to come in Chapter 14 of Dark Force Rising.
It's gonna get awkward.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to?
Hello there.
I want to...
Hello there, I'm Darren.
And I'm Kat.
And welcome to The Real Sequels, the series of events that happened after Episode 6 in the books, novels, and sometimes comics in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Today we're opening with Chapter 14 of Dark Force Rising. So Chapter 14 picks up on Jomark. Luke Skywalker is floating above the planet in his now iconic X-Wing. He is once again lost, perhaps learning his lesson from the last time he aimlessly entered a planet's atmosphere while trying to find a Jedi Master. He didn't want a repeat of Dagobah. He instead reaches out with his feelings. If Sabaoth can call to him from vast distances, perhaps Luke can do the same.
So Luke arrives at Jomark and is like,
Oh, hi, Mark.
"Oh, hi, Mark."
After reaching out for a while, Luke finds that he cannot get in contact with Sabaoth. Perhaps Sabaoth can't reach him for some reason, or perhaps this is a test of Luke's power. After doing a scan of the area, he decides that a small, perfectly ring-shaped lake with a mountain in its center and a tiny village attached is the perfect spot for a Jedi in hiding. As they come into land at the top of the mountain, a mansion comes into view with a design that Luke has never seen before. Luke comments, if he's wrong, at least it's all downhill from here.
Foreshadowing.
As Luke lands, Sabaoth is standing just outside the gate to the mansion. Luke, now getting nervous, his heart rate increases. He sees the old man, the grey white hair and long beard that the mountain winds were blowing half across his lined face, evidence of his age, but his eyes were keenly alert, his posture straight, proud and unaffected even by the harder gusts of wind. And the half-open brown robe revealed a chest that was strongly muscled.
Which half is open?
Down the middle in half?
At the waist.
Let's say this is her bottom half. Can I squeeze in a few minutes with that?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Let me explain.
Luke walks over to Sabaoth and they exchange greetings. Sabaoth says that he expected Luke long before now. Luke apologizes and says that things had gotten out of his control. Why? The old Jedi Master replied forcefully. This takes Luke aback. He says that he doesn't understand. Sabaoth says, what do you mean you don't understand? Are you not a Jedi? Then you should be able to control yourself and the people and events around you. This surprises Luke, as before this he had only ever met Yoda and Ben, and the two Jedi never spoke like this. In the moment of Luke's reflection, Sabaoth studies the young Jedi and shifts his face from hard and stern to a smile and says, at least they weren't able to stop you, and you're here now. Luke discusses the difficulty that he had with the Empire in coming here. Sabaoth pushes for more information. Was it an accident, or were they after Skywalker specifically? Luke comes to the conclusion that perhaps he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sabaoth began to look distant at this news, and he reflected that this was indeed the epitaph of so many Jedi. The wrong place at the wrong time, destroyed by the Empire. Sabaoth goes on to say that the Jedi were hunted down by Vader and the Emperor, as well as one or two other Dark Jedi so long ago. He goes on to say that there are two reasons that he's called Luke to Jomark. One, to complete his training, and two, because he needs Luke's help. Sabaoth explains that he is nearing his life's end, and he needs someone to absorb his wisdom and carry on his life's work. Luke retorts that he has work of his own to do. Sabaoth hissed back, however, asking if he's ready to do it. Or did he come here with nothing to ask of him?
Jedi has a very big schedule.
9 a.m, meditation. 10 a.m, break up bar fight. 11 a.m, go for drink.
Some green titty milk? Or is it the blue titty milk? I can't remember.
Gotta be scheduled in for my 1 o'clock titty milk.
Yeah. Need some titty milk.
Luke says yes. He wants Sabaoth to join the New Republic in the fight against the Empire. To what end? Inquires Sabaoth. Luke, thinking that the answer should be obvious, says justice. Sabaoth then scolds him, saying not to look to lesser beings for justice. We are the true justice of the galaxy. Sabaoth then asks what his sister's unborn twins needed. Luke says that they will need a teacher, and perhaps Sabaoth could teach Luke, and he in turn would teach the children when they are ready. A waste of time, battered Sabaoth. Bring them here and I will teach them myself. He then hinted at Luke needing more training. Luke, at this moment feeling more transparent than he really liked, agreed that he needed more training and that his former masters seemed to expect him to pick it up on his own. Sabaoth then hits back with, it's all a matter of listening to the Force. We'll go to the village and you'll see. Sabaoth summons a driver and they go down to the village on a speeder bike and cart. On the way, Sabaoth reveals that there is another Force user who flickers in and out of the Force, but has not yet revealed themselves. Luke says he knows, and that this is Mara Jade. They also discuss outbound flight, Sabaoth being very cautious with the details, vaguely promising to tell Luke more later. As they arrive in the village, Luke notices a carved throne in the centre, which seemed out of place. Sabaoth revealed that this is where he usually gives his justice to the people. The village had a strange uneasiness. The people were standing quite still. No fear, but no affection either, Luke could sense. Sabaoth directs Luke to sense a house's inhabitants. Luke does, and there is a flicker of murderous intent. Luke says, should we, but is immediately cut off by Sabaoth, saying, of course they should. They open the door to the house and are confronted by two men, Tarm and Zvan. Sabaoth demands the two lay down their weapons and explain themselves. The two men give their explanations, and Luke could see both sides of the argument. A hard judgment call, like the one back in the bar in Illic. He was curious how Sabaoth would solve it. Sabaoth then makes a snap decision. Zvan will pay Tarm, and that's the end of it.
I feel like the Jedi should start charging money for every bar fight they break up.
The bouncers of the Star Wars universe.
Not tonight, lad. Not tonight.
This shocks the young Skywalker, as he thought a compromise would be in order due to the men's stories. Just then, however, Zvan dives for his slug thrower. Luke reacts with Jedi speed, igniting his lightsaber, having sensed the intent of the man seconds before his actions. Sabaoth, however, was faster, exploding with lightning from his fingertips, engulfing the man with bolts that were all too familiar to Luke.
Unlimited power!
Sabaoth, Luke shouts, you will address me as master.
Oh shit. Sorry.
He ceases his electrocution and walks out with Skywalker, saying that the man is not permanently damaged. He is in pain, retorts Luke, but Sabaoth reassures Luke. Pain is the one teacher that no one will ignore, or would he prefer that Tarm lay dead? Luke rebuttals that there were other ways to stop him. Sabaoth again cuts him off, saying, but none. If you allow your teachings to be forgotten, then you are doomed to repeat the same lessons again and again. The two then leave for the mansion at the mountaintop. Luke, now feeling wearier than even after his battle with the Emperor, goes to check on R2 and gives the droid a rundown of everything that happened during the day. Sabaoth's sternness, his attitude, his erraticism, and his seeming to be on the edge of sanity. And of course, what happened in the village. R2 suggests that they leave. However, Luke reflects that when Ben, his father, and Master Yoda had died, he could see them and sometimes hear them. He assumed that there may be a way for Jedi to anchor themselves to other Jedi, and that perhaps the Jedi on outbound flight may be anchored to Sabaoth, leaving him this way, torn by the ghosts of his past. Sabaoth needed Luke now. He raised his eyes from the mansion to the dark shadows of the Rim Mountains surrounding the lake below. Snow-capped in places, barely visible in the faint light of Jomark's 3 tiny moons. They were reminiscent somehow of the Minari Mountains, south of the Imperial City on Coruscant. And with that memory came another one. Luke standing on the Imperial Palace rooftop, gazing at those other mountains, sagely explaining to 3PO that a Jedi could get so caught up in galactic matters that he was not concerned about individual people. The speech had sounded high and noble when he'd given it. This was his chance to prove that it hadn't been just words. Taking a deep breath, he headed back towards the gate. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I don't know though. Like, it'll always be Cabalth to me, not Sabaoth. But also, I think Luke is going to regret not listening to R2. But
He could very well be, yes.
I think so. But that's that. That's Luke's made his decision. Whatever.
It's a cool chapter just because it shows kind of like throwbacks. It throws back to a lot of things. It throws back to that. It's the antithesis of the Jedi Master. You know, this isn't the type of thing that he's used to. This is more of a dark side training. The way that the Jedi would have their teachings of how they handle certain situations. And we reflect this back to whenever Luke was in the bar. And like everyone was happy with the conclusion. But the thing is, that might come back again on Luke. You know, did anyone really learn their lesson there? Probably not. So perhaps in a way, Sabaoth is right. In another, more accurate way,
No.
Sabaoth's wrong.
Yeah, Sabaoth's wrong.
You know, it's not a Jedi's duty to go around and just hurt people. You know, that's
This may be a dictatorship.
Yeah.
Is it? Sort of.
it's like, well, if it works.
Well, I don't think Sabaoth. I don't think Luke's going to be riding Sabaoth like a backpack. But I could be wrong. He could be a fun master. I just want to add that in.
I will train you the way Yoda trained me. That's about all we've got time for this week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if we've earned it. And check out some of the videos at the end of this one. Bye!
Bye!